Someone is looking at you with completely different eyes than they did before. Not because you've changed in the ways you might think, not because you finally became what you thought they wanted, but because everything you've walked through has revealed layers of you they never fully understood until now. And what they're seeing is taking their breath away. I need you to receive this today. Really receive it. Because while you've been focused on your scars, on the ways you think you've fallen short, on the moments you felt like you were too much or not enough, they've been witnessing something entirely different. They've been watching you become more yourself, more real, more radiant in ways that have nothing to do with perfection and everything to do with depth. This isn't about surface beauty, though they see that too. This is about the way your presence has changed. The way you carry yourself now, the way your voice sounds when you speak about things that matter, the way your eyes reflect everything you've survived and somehow still shine with hope. They're watching you exist in your truth, and it's the most captivating thing they've ever witnessed. If you're here right now, if this title pulled you in, it's because on some level you've been wondering if anyone really sees you. You've been questioning whether the journey you've been on, with all its mess and breakthroughs, with all its falling apart and coming back together, whether any of it registers as beautiful to anyone else. You've been doing the internal work, the healing, the growing, sometimes in complete isolation, wondering if it even shows on the outside. Let me tell you what's happening in their world right now. They catch themselves thinking about you at random moments during their day. They're going about their routine, preparing a meal, working on a project, walking through a familiar space, and suddenly you cross their mind, and they pause. Because the image of you that appears isn't from months or years ago. It's you right now, you as you are today. And something about that current version of you makes their heart do something unexpected. They've been comparing, not in a cruel way, but in an observing way. Comparing who you were when they first knew you to who you are now. Comparing the version of you that was trying so hard to who you are now that you've stopped performing. Comparing the you that was hidden behind protection to the you that's learning to be vulnerable. And with each comparison, they find themselves more drawn to now, more captivated by the present you. This video is going to explore something that might make you emotional, and that's okay. We're going to talk about what they specifically see when they look at you now. What they love about the road you've traveled. What aspects of your transformation have impacted them in ways you never knew. And why your journey, not despite its difficulty, but because of what it revealed in you, has made you more beautiful in their eyes than you've ever been. I want you to drop a heart in the comments if something in you needed to hear this today. If you've been feeling invisible or wondering if your growth even matters to anyone else. Just a simple heart. Let me know you're here and you're ready to receive this truth. We're going to take our time with this. I'm going to be specific about what they're noticing, what they're feeling, and what it all means. Because you deserve to know that your journey hasn't gone unseen. You deserve to understand that everything you've been through has added to you, not taken away. Stay with me. This is going to shift something in how you see yourself. Let's start with what's actually happening in their inner world when they think about you now. Because this isn't vague or abstract, this is specific, visceral, real. They're experiencing something that surprises even them. They notice the way you handle difficulty differently now. There's this moment that keeps replaying in their mind. Maybe it was a conversation where something challenging came up, or a situation that would have devastated the old you. And they watched you breathe through it. They watched you pause instead of react. They watched you acknowledge the pain without letting it consume you. And in that moment, they felt something shift in their chest, this profound respect mixed with attraction, mixed with awe. Because they were watching strength that doesn't announce itself, resilience that doesn't perform, grace under pressure that comes from actual internal work. They love how you laugh now. This might seem small, but it's not. Your laugh used to be careful, contained, like you were monitoring whether it was too loud or too much. Now when something genuinely delights you, you let it out. Full and unself-conscious. They hear that laugh, and it does something to them. It sounds like freedom. It sounds like someone who's given themselves permission to take up space. It sounds like joy that's been earned through valleys, which makes it 1,000 times more precious than joy that's never been tested. They're drawn to your transparency in a way that catches them off guard. You're not pretending anymore. When you're struggling, you say so. When you don't have the answers, you admit it. When you're working through something, you don't hide it behind a facade of having it all together. And instead of this being unattractive like you feared it might be, it's magnetic. Because authenticity is rare. Real is rare. Someone who's done enough internal work to drop the mask and just exist in their truth. That's powerful. That's beautiful. That pulls people in. There's this way you speak about your past now that gets them every time. You're not bitter. You're not a victim. But you're also not pretending it didn't happen or that it didn't cost you. You speak about what you've been through with this gentle honesty, acknowledging the pain while also recognizing the growth. They listen to you and think, this person has been refined by fire and somehow came out softer, not harder. That combination, the strength and the softness existing together, it's intoxicating. They notice your boundaries. Oh, this is big. They watch you say no now. They watch you protect your peace. They watch you step back from what doesn't serve you without guilt, without over-explanation, without apology. And if they're healthy, this makes you infinitely more attractive. Because boundaries signal self-worth. Boundaries say, I know my value. Boundaries create the kind of space where real connection can actually happen. They're not mourning the loss of the version of you that said yes to everything. They're celebrating the emergence of the version who knows what she deserves. Your energy is different, and they feel it every time they're around you or even think about you. You used to carry this heaviness, this trying to prove something energy that was exhausting for you and everyone around you. Now there's a lightness to you. Not because life got easier, they know it didn't, but because you're not fighting yourself anymore. You're not at war with your past or your imperfections. You've made peace with your process, and that inner peace radiates outward in a way that makes people want to be near you. If this is touching something in you, type, I'm ready to receive this, in the comments. Let's create some momentum together. Let's affirm that your journey matters and your growth is seen. They love watching you pursue what lights you up. Whether it's a hobby, a dream, a calling, a creative expression, they see you showing up for yourself in new ways. They see you investing in your own joy. They see you taking yourself seriously. And there's something incredibly attractive about watching someone honor their own desires and talents. You're not waiting for permission anymore. You're not shrinking to make others comfortable. You're expanding into who you actually are. And they're here for every bit of it. The way you love yourself now is visible, and it changes everything. They can see it in how you talk to yourself, or rather, how you've stopped talking cruelly to yourself. They can see it in the choices you make about who and what gets your time. They can see it in the way you dress, move, speak, not performing confidence, but actually inhabiting your body and life with more ease. Self-love isn't selfish, it's radiant, and they're watching you radiate. They're noticing your wisdom. You've lived through things. You've processed things. You've learned things the hard way. And now, when you speak, there's this groundedness to your words. You're not speaking from theory. You're speaking from experience. You're not giving shallow positivity. You're offering hard-won truth. And that depth, that's what they find themselves craving more of. Conversations with you satisfy something in them that surface-level interactions never could. Here's what's building toward. They're falling in love with the real you. Maybe falling in love for the first time if this is a new connection. Maybe falling in love again if this is someone who's known you all along. Maybe falling deeper in love if this is an existing relationship. But what's happening is this recognition that the journey you've been on has revealed the most attractive version of you that's ever existed. Not because you're perfect now, but because you're finally fully yourself. Before we go deeper, if this message has blessed you so far, if you're feeling seen and encouraged, the Super Thanks button is there as a way to support this ministry. It helps me continue creating these deep, specific messages for souls who need them. only if you feel led. Your presence here already means everything. Now let's go deeper into the specific things they love about your journey. There are particular aspects of your transformation that have impacted them more than you realize. Let me walk you through what they're seeing and why it matters so much to them. They love that you fought for yourself. They maybe didn't see all of it. The therapy sessions, the journal entries, the late nights processing, the hard conversations with yourself, but they see the results of that fight. They see someone who didn't stay stuck, someone who didn't accept less than they deserved, someone who did the uncomfortable work of looking at their patterns and choosing different. That takes courage. That takes commitment to yourself, and they're in awe of it. When they look at you, they see a warrior who chose healing over bitterness, growth over stagnation. That's attractive beyond measure. They're moved by how you've softened in some ways and strengthened in others. This is the paradox that captivates them. You're more vulnerable now, more willing to share your heart, more open to connection, more able to express what you feel. That's the softening. But you're also more solid, more clear on your values, more firm in your standards, more unwilling to compromise yourself. That's the strengthening. Most people go all one way or all the other. You've managed to cultivate both. You're accessible and boundaried, open and discerning, tender and strong. They keep discovering new layers to this balance, and every layer draws them in more. They notice how you've transformed your relationship with your past. You're not dragging it around like chains anymore. You've integrated it. You've extracted the lessons. You've forgiven what needs forgiving, including yourself. They watch you reference your history without being imprisoned by it, and that liberation is visible on you. It shows in your posture. It shows in how you move through the present without constantly looking over your shoulder. They love that you honor where you've been while refusing to live there. That takes emotional maturity that's rare and precious. The way you've reclaimed your voice does something to them. Maybe you used to silence yourself, edit yourself, make yourself smaller in conversation. Now you speak up. You contribute. You disagree when you need to. You share your perspective, even when it's different. Your voice, literal and metaphorical, has this quality now that demands to be heard, not through force, but through authenticity. They find themselves actually listening when you talk, leaning in, not wanting to miss what you have to say. Because what you're saying comes from a real place, and real always captures attention. They're touched by your capacity to still hope after everything. This one gets them in quiet moments. They know pieces of what you've been through. They know you've had reasons to close off, to cynicism, to protecting yourself so thoroughly that nothing could get in. But somehow you didn't go that route. Somehow you kept your heart available. Somehow you still believe in good things, in possibility, in love, in beauty. They look at you and think, after all of that, you still chose hope. That's not naivety. That's the bravest thing they've ever seen. And it makes them want to be worthy of that hope. Your relationship with joy is different now, and they're obsessed with it. You don't take good moments for granted anymore. When something beautiful happens, a sunset, a good conversation, a small victory, you pause and appreciate it. They watch you savor things, really be present for them. Your gratitude is palpable, and being around someone who notices and celebrates the good rewires something in them. You're teaching them, without trying to teach them, how to be more alive, how to extract more from each moment. They're falling in love with how you experience life now. If you're tracking with this, drop a single word in the comments that describes what you're feeling right now as you hear this. Just one word. Let's see what comes up for people. They love your selectivity. You're not for everyone anymore, and you know it. You're not trying to be universally liked or accepted. You've gotten clear on who your people are and who they aren't. You've stopped pouring yourself out for people who don't value what you offer. They watch you choose yourself, choose your peace, choose alignment over approval, and it makes them want to earn a place in your life. Scarcity of access increases value, but this isn't game playing. This is genuine self-respect. And self-respect is one of the most attractive qualities a human can possess. The way you've learned to regulate yourself impresses them. They've seen you in moments of trigger, moments where old patterns could have taken over. But you've developed this ability to catch yourself, to breathe, to create space between stimulus and response. You're not perfect at it, nobody is, but you're practicing it. You're aware of your reactions and working with them. This emotional intelligence, this self-awareness, this commitment to not operating from your wounds, it signals a level of maturity that makes you stand out. They trust you more because they see you trusting yourself to handle your own internal world. They're drawn to your independence. Not the "I don't need anyone" kind that's actually just fear in disguise, but the "I'm whole on my own and I choose to share my life" kind. You're not looking for someone to complete you. You're not desperate or clingy. You're not making your happiness someone else's responsibility. You have your own life, your own interests, your own sense of self. And paradoxically, this makes them want to be closer to you, because choosing to be with you feels like exactly that, a choice, not a need. And chosen love is the most powerful kind. Your courage to start over when needed moves something in them. Maybe you walked away from what wasn't working. Maybe you began again in some area of life. Maybe you admitted you were on the wrong path and redirected. That takes guts. It's easier to stay in the known, even when the known is killing you slowly. You chose the unknown. You chose yourself over comfort. They think about that when they look at you. They think about the bravery it took. And they find themselves wondering if they could be that brave, and also knowing they want to be around people who are. The way you handle your struggles now is night and day from before. You're not collapsing under pressure. You're not dramatizing or catastrophizing. But you're also not pretending to be fine when you're not. You found this middle path where you acknowledge difficulty while also maintaining your agency in it. You ask for help when you need it. You take breaks when required. You apply what you've learned. They watch you navigate hard things with more skill and grace, and it makes them believe in your capacity. It makes them believe you can handle a real relationship, real partnership, real life, because you're handling yourself. They notice how you celebrate others without diminishing yourself. Your journey into self-love hasn't made you self-absorbed. You can genuinely rejoice in someone else's success. You can support, encourage, champion others. But you're not doing it at your own expense anymore. You've learned to hold space for both, to honor others and honor yourself. This generosity of spirit combined with healthy self-regard creates a presence that people want to be around. They're not worried you'll drain them or compete with them. They trust that there's room for everyone to win in your world. Your standards have become visible, and instead of being intimidated, they're inspired. They can tell you know what you will and won't accept. They can tell you've defined what love should look like, what respect requires, what partnership means. And if they're the right person, this doesn't scare them off. It calls them up. It makes them want to rise to meet you. It makes them want to prove they can honor what you've asked for. Your standards aren't walls. They're invitations to people who are ready for what you're offering. This is going deeper than you might have expected, isn't it? Stay with me. We're building to something important. The next section is going to tie this all together in a way that's going to land right in your heart. Here's the core truth I need you to understand, the revelation that changes everything. They're not looking at you thinking, you're beautiful despite your journey. They're thinking, you're beautiful because of your journey. Every single thing you went through, every breakdown, every setback, every wound, every moment you thought was destroying you, it was actually sculpting you. And what's emerged is someone more breathtaking than who you were before any of it happened. Let me say it again, because I need it to sink into your soul. Your journey didn't diminish your beauty. It revealed it. It amplified it. It gave you dimensions of beauty you couldn't have accessed any other way. Think about what creates the most stunning landscapes on Earth. Canyons carved by rivers over millennia, mountains formed by tectonic pressure, diamonds created under extreme heat and force, pearls grown around the irritation of a grain of sand. Beauty and struggle aren't opposites. Struggle is often the very thing that produces beauty that takes your breath away. And that's what's happened with you. The version of you that existed before your journey might have been lovely, might have been attractive in conventional ways, but that version hadn't been tested. hadn't been refined, hadn't been forced to discover what you're actually made of. That version was potential. Now you're realized. Now you're actualized. Now you're walking in a beauty that comes from having been through the fire and emerging transformed. When they look at you now, they're not seeing surface prettiness. They're seeing substance. They're seeing character. They're seeing the kind of beauty that lasts because it's woven into who you are, not just how you look. They're seeing beauty that's earned, that's fought for, that's chosen day after day, even when it would be easier to give up. They're seeing the beauty of resilience, and resilience has a glow to it that nothing else can replicate. It's in your eyes, it's in the set of your shoulders, it's in the way you carry yourself through the world. People who have survived and thrived don't move through life the same way people who've never been tested do. There's a confidence, a groundedness, a presence that comes from knowing you can handle whatever comes. They're attracted to that certainty in you, that solidness, that unshakable quality that says, I've been through it and I'm still here. They're seeing the beauty of authenticity, and authenticity shines. It literally radiates outward. When you're not performing, not pretending, not contorting yourself into shapes you think others want, when you're just being who you actually are, it creates this energetic field around you that draws people in. They feel safe with you. They feel like they can be real too. Your willingness to show up as you are gives them permission to do the same. That's a rare gift. That's magnetic. They're seeing the beauty of wisdom. Every challenge you faced taught you something. Every heartbreak cracked you open to more compassion. Every disappointment refined your understanding of what matters. You're not the same person you were before all of this, and that's the point. You're wiser. You're deeper. You have things to offer in conversation, in relationship, in presence that you couldn't have offered before. They feel intellectually and emotionally fed by you now in ways they didn't before. That's beauty that compounds over time rather than fading. They're seeing the beauty of self-possession. You belong to yourself now in a way you didn't before. Your worth isn't up for debate. Your value isn't dependent on external validation. You've claimed yourself. You've come home to yourself. And there's something incredibly attractive about someone who isn't looking outside themselves for completion. They want to be in your life, but they can tell you don't need them to survive. That creates the foundation for real love. Not dependent, desperate love, but chosen, deliberate love. Type "I'm claiming this" in the comments if this is landing for you. If you're starting to see yourself through these new eyes, let's declare it together. They're seeing the beauty of hope after hardship. This is the phoenix energy. This is the rising from ashes. This is the bloom after the frost. They know you've had every reason to harden, to close off, to declare the world unsafe. But you didn't. You chose differently. You kept your heart tender. You maintained your capacity to believe in good things. That combination, the awareness of darkness paired with the choice toward light, that's the most beautiful thing they've ever seen. It's naive to never have been hurt. It's powerful to have been hurt and still choose love. They're in awe of that power in you. They're seeing the beauty of your becoming. Because you're not static, you're not done. You're still growing, still learning, still evolving. They can sense it. They can feel that you're on a trajectory, that you're committed to your own expansion. And being with someone who's actively becoming is exciting. It means there are always new depths to discover. It means the relationship can evolve as you evolve. It means they're not signing up for stagnation but for adventure. Your growth invites their growth. Your transformation catalyzes possibility in them. Here's what they're understanding that maybe you haven't fully grasped yet. The things you thought made you damaged or broken are actually the things that make you irreplaceable. Your scars aren't defects, they're distinctions. They're what make you uniquely you. Anyone can be beautiful when life is easy. You're beautiful having walked through fire. That's rare. That's special. That's something they've never encountered before. They're not tolerating your past. They're honoring it. They're not overlooking your struggle. They're appreciating what it produced in you. They're not waiting for you to get back to who you were. They're celebrating who you've become. This shift in their perception is everything. It means they see you clearly, and they're choosing you specifically because of what they see. This is why your journey will make them cry happy tears when they try to articulate it. Because how do you put into words watching someone transform suffering into strength? Watching pain become purpose? Watching breaking become breakthrough? The beauty of your journey isn't in the suffering itself. It's in what you did with it. It's in your refusal to stay broken. It's in your determination to extract meaning. It's in your courage to let it change you for the better rather than the bitter. They see your journey as sacred. Not religious necessarily, but sacred in the sense that they recognize they're witnessing something profound. Your transformation is the kind of story that restores faith in human resilience. The kind of testimony that makes people believe healing is possible. The kind of example that lights the way for others still in their own dark nights. They feel privileged to witness it, honored to be close to it, grateful to know you in this version, and when they tell you you're beautiful now, more beautiful than ever before, they're not saying you weren't beautiful before. They're saying that beauty has been layered with depth, that your light shines brighter for having been in darkness, that your softness is more precious for having fought to maintain it, that your love means more because you could have chosen hate, that every aspect of you carries more weight, more value, more meaning because of what it cost you to develop it. Before we move into application, if this has touched your soul, if you feel seen in a deep way, the super thanks option is there. It allows me to keep dedicating time to these messages that speak to exactly what people are walking through. Only if you feel led, but I'm grateful either way for your presence here. Now let's talk about what you do with this truth. Understanding that someone sees your journey as beautiful is one thing. Allowing yourself to receive it, integrate it, and live from it is another. Let's talk about how you move forward with this truth. First principle, receive their seeing without skepticism. Your first instinct might be to dismiss this, to argue against it, to find reasons why they're wrong about you. That's your old programming talking, the voice that says you're not enough, that you need to be perfect to be loved, that your struggles make you less valuable. You've got to recognize that voice for what it is, outdated software that doesn't serve you anymore. When they look at you with admiration, with appreciation, with growing love, receive it. Let it in, don't deflect it, don't minimize it. Practice saying thank you instead of, oh, I'm not that special. Practice believing that maybe, just maybe, they see something true about you that you've been too close to see yourself. This doesn't mean becoming arrogant. It means accepting that your journey has value, and the person who has value naturally attracts genuine appreciation. You're not tricking anyone. You're not fooling them. They're seeing accurately. Your job is to align your self-perception with their clear-eyed vision of you. Second principle, let your journey be visible instead of hidden. For so long you might have tried to cover up where you've been, to present only the polished version, to hide anything that seemed like weakness or struggle. But your journey is part of your beauty. Let them see it. Let them know the roads you've walked. Share your story, not in a trauma-dumping way, but in an honoring your path way. When you're vulnerable about what you've overcome, you give them access to understanding why you are who you are. And that understanding deepens connection. Being visible doesn't mean oversharing or making your past the center of every conversation. It means not performing perfection. It means being honest when something triggers you and explaining why. It means letting them see you're still in process while also showing them how far you've come. The hiding was protection when you needed it. You don't need to hide anymore. Third principle, continue investing in your growth. Don't hear they think you're beautiful now and decide you've arrived and can stop working on yourself. The beauty they're seeing is partly in your commitment to your own evolution. Keep going to therapy if that's your path. Keep reading, learning, processing. Keep doing the things that support your healing and expansion. The journey didn't end, it shifted. You moved from survival to thriving, from breaking to becoming. But becoming is ongoing. Let them see that you're someone who doesn't settle, who doesn't plateau, who keeps reaching for more understanding, more healing, more fullness of self. This isn't about trying to be enough for them. This is about honoring yourself enough to keep growing for you. And ironically, that self-directed growth is part of what keeps you attractive. People are drawn to movement, to progress, to life force. Stay in motion. Fourth principle, allow yourself to want this connection. If this person who sees your beauty is someone you're drawn to, let yourself want them. Let yourself desire the relationship. Your independence is beautiful and important, but it shouldn't become a wall that prevents real intimacy. You don't need anyone, but you can want someone. You're whole alone, but you can choose to share your wholeness. Don't let fear of being hurt again keep you from letting someone worthy get close. Not everyone will hurt you the way you've been hurt before. Some people will honor what they've been given access to. Wanting connection doesn't make you weak or desperate. It makes you human. It makes you alive. It makes you someone who's healed enough to risk again. Let yourself lean in. Let yourself explore. Let yourself be curious about what could unfold if you let them love you the way they're indicating they want to. Who's ready to stop playing small and actually step into being seen and loved fully? Type "I'm ready" below. Fifth principle, trust that you're worth the journey you've been on. Every hard thing you walked through was shaping you for something. Maybe it was shaping you for this person. Maybe it was shaping you for the life you're building. Maybe it was shaping you for the purpose you're meant to fulfill. But it wasn't wasted. It wasn't punishment. It wasn't evidence that you're cursed or unlovable. It was preparation. It was education. It was transformation. Trust that. Trust that nothing is wasted in your story. Trust that every chapter contributed to the masterpiece being written in your life. When they look at you and see beauty in your journey, they're recognizing what you might not have been able to see yet, that it all led here, that it all made sense, that it all served your becoming. Let their perspective help reshape yours. Let their appreciation give you permission to appreciate your own path. Sixth principle, show up as you are, not as you think they want. The version of you they're attracted to is the real one, the one who's been through it, the one who's still figuring it out, the one who has boundaries and needs and wounds and wisdom. Don't start performing again. Don't try to be the perfect partner or the ideal version of yourself. Just be you. That's who they want. That's who they're seeing. That's who they're falling for. The moment you start contorting yourself to keep someone's interest is the moment you lose the very thing that captured their interest in the first place, your authenticity. Stay grounded in yourself. Keep honoring your truth. Keep protecting your peace. Keep being the person your journey created. That person is more than enough. Seventh principle, celebrate your milestones, internal and external. You've come so far. Acknowledge it. Appreciate yourself for it. Maybe you're not where you want to be yet in every area, but you're not where you were. That deserves recognition. The progress you've made, the healing you've done, the patterns you've broken, the new ways you've learned to show up. All of it is worth celebrating. Don't wait for perfection to give yourself credit. The journey itself is the achievement, and when they want to celebrate you, let them. When they want to acknowledge your growth, receive it. When they want to honor your story, allow it. Your humility is beautiful, but it shouldn't rob you of the joy of being appreciated. Eighth principle. Remember that this is unfolding in divine timing. Whether this connection moves quickly or slowly, whether it's romantic or evolves into something else, whether it's this person or someone else who ultimately recognizes your beauty, trust the timing. You're exactly where you need to be. The journey you walked prepared you for the love you're ready for now. You couldn't have received this before. You weren't ready. But you're ready now. And what's meant for you is finding its way to you. Don't force it. Don't rush it. Don't try to control the outcome. Just stay present. Stay open. Stay yourself. And watch what unfolds when you stop resisting your own beauty and start embodying it fully. The way forward is simple, even if it's not easy. Be who you've become. Let them love who you've become. Trust that your journey made you exactly who you needed to be. And give yourself permission to be seen, celebrated, and chosen for the fullness of who you are. Scars, strength, softness, and all. So here we are, beautiful soul. We've walked through what they're seeing, why your journey made you more beautiful, what they love about the transformation, and how to move forward with this truth. Now I want to bring this home for you in a way that you can carry with you. This person who sees you differently now, whether they've told you in words or you're sensing it in their actions, their energy, their presence, they're offering you something precious. They're offering you a mirror that reflects back the truth of your beauty. Not the beauty you had before you went through hard things. Not the beauty you'll have if you keep improving. The beauty you have right now. Right here. In this moment. With this history. With these scars. With this hard-won wisdom. They're saying, I see what your journey cost you and I see what it gave you, and the sum total is stunning. Can you let that in? Can you let it settle into the places that have felt unseen, unappreciated, unlovable? Can you allow their perspective to crack open your own self-judgment and let a little light in? Because here's what I know. How someone sees you can shift how you see yourself. When the right person looks at you with genuine appreciation for who you've become, it can help you finally appreciate yourself. When someone honors your journey instead of pitching it, you can start honoring it too. When someone celebrates your growth, you can give yourself permission to celebrate it rather than minimizing it. This is a gift. This moment, this recognition, don't rush past it. Don't dismiss it. Don't tell yourself you don't deserve it. You do. You absolutely do. Your journey wasn't pretty. Transformation rarely is. But what emerged from that journey? That's breathtaking. That's one of a kind. That's the kind of beauty that stops people in their tracks, because it's so real, so earned, so authentic. I want to speak directly to what you might be feeling right now. Maybe you're emotional. Maybe tears are threatening to fall or already have. Maybe there's this release happening in your chest, this softening, this allowing yourself to be seen in a way you haven't permitted before. That's good. That's healthy. That's your soul responding to truth, or maybe you're skeptical. Maybe part of you is still arguing, still insisting this can't be about you, still looking for evidence that they'll change their mind when they really know you. I see you too. And I'm telling you gently, that's fear talking. That's old wounds trying to protect you from disappointment. But you don't need that protection anymore. You're strong enough to handle whatever comes, and you're worthy enough to receive genuine appreciation when it's offered. The happy tears this person would cry if they articulated everything they love about your journey. Those tears would come from a place of profound respect, from witnessing courage, from seeing someone refuse to let life make them small or bitter, from watching transformation that inspires them to believe in their own capacity for change. Those would be tears of honor, of gratitude for getting to know you, of hope for what could be built together. You make them believe in beauty that lasts, in love that's rooted in reality rather than fantasy, in partnership between two whole people rather than two halves, desperately seeking completion. Your journey proved something to them, that a person can go through hell and come out not hardened but refined. That's the testimony you carry whether you mean to or not. So what now? You live it. You embody it. You walk in the truth that your journey made you more, not less. You stop apologizing for your past and start owning your present. You let yourself be seen by people who have eyes to see. You let yourself be loved by people who have capacity to love the fullness of you. You wake up each day and choose to believe that you are exactly the person you were meant to become. Not despite the road you walked, but because of it. You look in the mirror and instead of cataloging flaws or mourning who you used to be, you acknowledge the strength in your eyes, the wisdom in your expression, the resilience in your posture. You see what they see, even if it takes time. You enter spaces differently. You don't shrink anymore. You don't dim your light to make others comfortable. You don't hide your story or pretend you haven't been through things. You exist as someone who has walked through fire and came out glowing. That's power. That's presence. That's the kind of energy that shifts rooms and touches hearts and creates space for others to be real too. You let this relationship, whatever form it takes, unfold naturally. You don't grasp at it out of fear, it'll disappear. You don't push it away out of fear, you'll get hurt. You stay grounded in yourself while remaining open to them. You communicate honestly. You show up consistently. You let them see your continued growth and your occasional struggles. You build something real, something sustainable, something rooted in mutual respect and genuine appreciation. And on the days when doubt creeps back in, and it will, because healing isn't linear and old patterns have deep roots, you come back to this truth. Someone whose opinion you value has looked at your entire journey and found you more beautiful because of it. They didn't need you to be perfect. They didn't need you to erase your history. They didn't need you to pretend to be someone you're not. They wanted you. The real, scarred, strong, soft, wise, still becoming you. That's not small. That's not nothing. That's everything. Before we close, I want to invite you one more time. If this message has ministered to your soul, if you feel seen and celebrated in a way you needed, the Super Thanks button is available. It supports the continuation of these heart-level conversations. It helps me keep showing up for souls who need affirmation and truth spoken over their lives. Only if you feel called, but I'm grateful beyond words for your time here regardless. Let me leave you with this. You are not a project to be fixed. You are not a puzzle with missing pieces. You are not damaged goods trying to convince someone to take a chance on you. You are a masterpiece in progress. You are a testimony to resilience. You are living proof that beauty can emerge from brokenness, that strength can coexist with softness, that hope can survive even the darkest nights. The person who sees you now, who thinks you're more beautiful than ever, who loves what your journey has revealed, they're not delusional. They're not settling. They're not making the best of a bad situation. They're recognizing something true, something rare, something worth celebrating, and maybe, just maybe, it's time you recognized it too. Your journey brought you here, to this moment, to this knowing, to this possibility. Every tear you cried watered seeds that are blooming now. Every wall you broke down created space for real connection. Every lesson you learned equipped you for what's coming. Every time you chose healing over bitterness, you were preparing for this. The journey will make you cry happy tears, too, when you look back and see how far you've come. When you understand that every single step, even the ones that felt like backsliding, was actually forward motion. When you realize that the person you are today couldn't exist without the path you walked to get here. So receive it. Receive their seeing. Receive their appreciation. Receive the love that's being offered. Receive your own beauty that's been there all along, just waiting for you to stop running from it and start embodying it. You're more beautiful now than ever before, not because time has been kind, not because life got easier, not because you figured everything out. You're more beautiful because you became more yourself, more honest, more grounded, more aware, more whole, more free. That's what they see when they look at you. That's what makes them pause and smile when you cross their mind. That's what draws them in closer. That's what makes them want to know you deeper. That's what inspires those happy tears when they think about your journey. And friend, that's what should inspire happy tears in you too, because you did it. You walked through the valley and made it to the other side. You faced your demons and didn't let them destroy you. You fell apart and put yourself back together in a more authentic configuration. You earned every ounce of the beauty you carry now, so stand tall in it, walk confidently in it, let yourself be celebrated for it, and know that your journey, every hard, beautiful moment of it, was worth it, because it gave the world the most stunning version of you that's ever existed. This person thinks you're more beautiful now than ever before. They're right, and somewhere deep in your soul, beneath the doubt and the old stories and the protective mechanisms, you're starting to believe they're right too. Let the happy tears flow. They're washing away the last residue of believing you were broken beyond beauty. They're baptizing you into a new way of seeing yourself. They're celebrating the transformation that's already complete and the becoming that's still unfolding. You are seen. You are appreciated. You are celebrated. You are chosen. You are loved, not despite your journey, but because of it, through it, with it, for it. Drop one more heart in the comments if you're walking away from this video different than when you started it. if something shifted. If you're ready to receive this truth fully, let's mark this moment together. This is your testimony. This is your truth. This is your time. Now go live like someone who knows they're beautiful, because you are. More than ever before.